Good Monday, it's morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday, June 12th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. I'm going to turn this other light on because it's not working for me here. Hang on. All right, that's better. We're going to work this morning on we're going to do some leg stretches, a little bit leg strengthening, and we're going to review the last three moves that we have been working on. That's pretty much class for this week. I'm not going to move things forward until after next week, I think. I'm going to look at that during the week. I have been I had to travel a little bit. That's why I wasn't here. And I'm still working out some of the kinks in my legs. All right, so we're going to work on that this morning. Let's get started. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. I'll talk about that when I get on the floor in a minute. And circle the front, back around to both sides. Up along the center line. And reach out. Bend the knees. Again. Keep the shoulders down. Stretch through the arms. Stretch through the whole back. Roll up. And one more time. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Hands return to your sides. Alright, we're going to start on the floor down here. Okay. Where am I going to go with this? I'm thinking out loud here. Feet straight. Both feet together. We're going to do just a little bit for the back of the leg, and then we'll work on some of the other stretches that we've been doing. And I'm at a little bit of an angle here, so you want your body straight to your legs, and reach out, pull, and sit back up. As you sit up, stretch through the midsection, so that you feel your waist and your back stretch up. And then when you roll over, keep your legs on the floor, roll the hip. Take your hip with you as you roll forward. Alright, that little bit of a rocking motion there helps to loosen the muscles around the leg and the hip, especially. I did a bit more walking than I had wanted to, and it was not something that I was particularly interested in doing. It wasn't fun. And part of what I'm doing this morning is to address that tension. Have to. I have to. Alright, and grab the feet. Don't twist to the outside. Keep your feet straight. Pull, bend the knees, pull, and release. Alright, legs crossed. Press down. Use your arms. Press down and outward. So this kind of a motion, down and out, so that you feel the stretch. Open the leg more. It's not just press down, it's open and out as well. All right, and I'm going to change this position in a minute. But for right now, just press down. Keep the center up. Press down and out. Don't stick your elbows up like that, but outward with the whole arm. Pull forward and sit back. Each time you sit back, each time you roll forward, pull up more through the abdomen, right? All of this, pull up to roll over. As you come back, pull it in and lift through the back. Open that space just a little bit more and just rock forward and back. Nice and easy. That down and open on the legs is still there. This is not just sitting here, right? There's effort. 용이 달리 부산돌이 just 이다. Use a little bit of strength, not a lot. All right. Right leg back, left leg front. And we're going to work on the hip just a little bit with this before we do the upward stretch. All right, so left hand over here, left leg is front, right leg hook to the back, and I'm going to rock back and forth on the left side, right here, and I feel it back over here too, as I roll forward, as I roll back. This hip should stay down, okay? So it's not up here, it's down. That means the leg is open, and as you're moving forward and back, it's very gentle, just a small movement. As you're moving forward and back, you also feel it in the right hip. So just a little bit. What we're looking for is the small muscles that connect the upper part of the leg into the hip, as well as the overlay muscles and the large muscles that support the leg and connect up through the hip. There's a lot of connections through the hip. There are. Lower back, back of the leg, upper back to the back of the leg. All right, other side. Again, this is the intent right now that I have is to loosen up some muscles that are extremely tight so that I can do just a little bit more. And I recognize that I had exerted myself, right? I knew what I was doing when I did it. All right, so why are my muscles so tight? Well, because of what I did. All right, now, is it something that I can just, kind of push through and, yeah, all right? No, I can't. I shouldn't. I don't have to. I should take better care of myself if I'm going to do things like that. Right? So what can I do? Well, one of the things that I did, and I'm doing this right now, this is rocking back and forth. This is both, I'm having a little trouble with my left hip. All right, so I'm doing a little bit of extra. That awareness is going to keep me healthy. Right? And that is something that I very much need to do, right? I need to stay as healthy as possible. I got enough stuff going on. I don't need anything. All right, so one of the things that I made sure I did after I had exerted myself more than I needed to have, and more than I really wanted to, was to make sure that I had something to eat. Give my body some calories, right? And some extra vitamins. And then I rested and everything tightened. I'm still rocking back and forth here. All right, here we go. And knees to the front, wrap the arms, flex the feet, pull up to the knees, and shift back, and pull up, and shift back. Keep going. Pull up. We're still working the hip here. All right. So this is also part of that being careful with what I'm doing. Hold just below the knee and lean back as far as you can. Stretch the arms out and pull up. Chest to the knees. Flex the feet. Pull up. That's why we're doing all this. Right? That understanding that I did some things that were more of an exertion than maybe I should have. And I need to recover from that. Shift back. Pull up along the legs. And relax. All right, left leg back. Or, excuse me, right leg back, left leg front. On the fingers. Push up. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And sit down slowly. Slowly sit. All right, there we go. And other side. Fingers just behind the hip, both sides, and push up, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and slowly, more slowly, slowly, sit down. All right, that last little bit, I'm still going a little too fast, but it's all right. All right, right leg up, pull it to your shoulder. Left leg is bent. Bring the feet so the feet are together. It doesn't make all that much difference because you're working this leg, but you can bring the feet so they're together. All right, and pull the knee to your shoulder. And sit back and pull in. And you can hold the leg with both hands. It's okay. And shift back. Pull in. To your shoulder. So your knee, what you want, what you want is your knee to tuck right into your shoulder so your arm's wrapped around your leg. And shift back. Pull in. One more. Shift back, and pull in, and other side. Shift back, pull. Oh, that's a little tighter. That's going to take a little bit more. All right, and relax through the hip. Pull the foot back as much as you can. All right, wrap the arm around the leg. Knee goes straight to the shoulder. Okay, tuck that knee in tight. That is correct body alignment. That's where your knee actually goes. If you have nothing to get in the way of that movement, that's where your knee goes. That's what we want. That natural placement. Okay, so right now I have a lot of tension in the front and the side of my left hip. And my leg does not want to go there. And that's why I'm sitting here holding it. Right? And shift back. And come forward. And shift back. And come on up. To the shoulder. Don't go to the outside. Pull it into the shoulder. And in. One more time. Shift back. And in. All right, relax. these stretches are part of, and yeah, I probably could get up a little bit different, but I'm not gonna. Okay, this knee is still having a little trouble, but it'll work out in a minute. All right, these stretches, given what I was doing, were essential. All right, the preparation for practice, the preparation for what you're going to do, is part of what we want to cultivate. All right, when I started out, my adventure, right, I made several decisions. And the same as when I start practice. This is what I'm going to practice, this is what I'm going to do, here I go. As I did that, all sorts of things that I normally include in my practice became available and useful, very useful. That skill, I'm going to stand up straight, I'm going to quiet everything down, I'm going to let my body work for me, I'm going to let the breath work for me, and I am going to keep moving. That worked really well. It did. That sense of what, and I wasn't in, all I was doing was walking. That was it. In Wudang martial arts, we have the idea that meet your opponent as if walking. There's no issue, there's no, I'm just walking here. I'm just walking here. You don't want to walk in front of me, you don't. You don't want to stand in front of me because I'm going to keep walking. But, right? That sense of, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. And this is not on a combat level. This is on a personal level. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. I know what the challenge is. What do I need to meet that challenge? Okay? And that's not, I have an opponent, that's me. My opponent is time. My opponent is myself. My opponent is the terrain. It's not a person. What do I do with that? How do I take what I've been practicing and apply it to that circumstance? Works great. It did. All right. We have been working on this. That series as part of what we as part of what we have been practicing. And I'm going to slow that down. We're going to work on it a couple of times. The goal for this week, for me, is to revisit and redevelop some of what I have been doing. As we started out with the floor stretches, I'm going to do some more on the leg work, so that as I go out to try and do all of this all together, all at the same time, right? I have a little bit more of a range, because I would like to have a little bit more of a range, and that I have a smoother and more refined movement. Okay, so that goes for everything in practice. That's not just for this. That's one of my goals. Alright, but so as I'm, let's say, we're here, come down here. I would like, I'm going to go this way because it's easier to show. And back, come around here. Yep, here's where I am, right? Yeah, down here somewhere is where I want to be, alright? So, that's not happening right now. That's the best I got. If I bring this back a little bit more, I can get just a hair lower, but that's not the solution. The solution is this leg has to be strong enough by itself to go up and down as I slice out. I know where that is. I know why I'm stopping. I'm stopping because I'm leaning too far forward. I'm using too much of this part of my leg and not enough of this part. As I start to sink, I have to pull this in and engage the back of the leg to go up and down. Work that time, right? That is what we're going to be working on. Alright? That adjustment and strengthening to be able to do that. Because it does take quite a bit of strength in the abdomen and in the leg. Unless, of course, you're a small child or you've been raised in several of the Asian countries where going up and down all the time is normal and you're going to do it throughout your life. Not me, okay? So I have to work at it. I have to work at it. Get older, you get a little stiffer, yeah, it happens. But the idea is that no matter what our actual limitation, we have this idea, it's my actual limitation, I'm about level, okay, give or take. That's my actual limitation. I know that it is possible for the human body to exceed my limitation. Okay? Maybe you don't have my limitation. Great. Let me help you with that. You don't have it? Good. That idea that here's what we should be paying attention to versus here's my current limitation on how this movement can be done. Based on that, what's correct? Well, sword movement needs to be correct, right? So as I come around here, 1, 2, that needs to be correct. I need to have the timing with my movement, so that's correct for whatever that extent happens to be. The same holds true for the movements that are up, right? I'm up here. How do I stay there? Can I stay there without wobbling? Yeah, today I'm kind of wobbly. That was going to be very wobbly. Really? All right, that's better. And leaning a little bit. There we go. All right? Stay there. All right. Now, I decided the first time I was up there, I was kind of coming down by I needed to come down. Second time I decided I'm coming down. We want that. We want that ability to just stay there. Not necessarily what we're doing in the form, but that ability to hit and maintain that position allows us to bring greater strength to that particular form, right? without the ability to hold. I throw myself off balance. All right. On the right leg, up. Now, give me a minute. Here we go. On the right leg, up. Step left, step right, in. Slice across, and in. Again, not too fast. Up, in, around, head, knee, through. I'm going to go back to that, what I was talking about. If I'm not well placed, if I don't know where each of those positions is, I'm not going to hit it. If I don't know what I'm doing with the blade, it's not going to work, right? That understanding and connection is something that matters, right? So, here, step back, come around. This is a short person over here. This, right? Hello. Turn the waist. Here. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. Turn the waist again. The extension should be through the tip of the sword, right? So it's not, let me reach my arm out. This is, I'm going to take the tip of the sword and I'm going to reach out with it. That connection through the blade is something that we need to develop. I've talked about it repeatedly with each of the moves, how the sword moves, where I'm going with it, what am I doing here, right? Slice down in that. That essential connection has to be present. Otherwise, whatever's going on out here could be, I don't know. It's not, right? So as I slice out here, there's a connection with what I'm doing. It's not, let me wave my hands, right? That grounding, that sense of being rooted and well placed is essential. You can't extend anything if you're not connected. Being connected through whatever you're on, right? So you know what surface you're on, you know what it will do. If I'm on wood, I'm on a wood floor, it will do something different than concrete and carpet. It will. I'm on sand, it will do something different than dirt. I'm on concrete, it will do something different, right? What am I on? How do I connect through my body? Not Just what am I on? But how do I connect through my body so that my extension is firm, complete, well placed, and centered, and such that it allows me to bring the strength that I have to that movement. What do I have to do? What am I doing here? Hey, let me step over here for a second. What am I doing here? Yeah? I'm going up on one leg at the same time. But this isn't coming up here by just because I'm going to raise the... let me raise my hand up. This goes from here to here. I'm going to raise my hand up. From here, I'm going to raise my hand. No. It's a sword. Right? No, we can't have my leg. That's part of why this leg comes up, right? No. As I step forward, in, right? I am normally traveling in this move. This is intended to travel, right? So from here I can step in. I could. Not really. That is fundamentally correct. Okay? I stepped down with the left, I stepped forward to where I was, I took a step forward, and then I took another step forward. Those are really small steps. And in Dragon Sword, we're not really prone to doing really small steps. It's not there. Okay? So, can I do that as part of marking what the form is? So I can go left, right, in. Okay? Yeah, that works. I can do that. Do I want to do that as a demonstration of what Dragon Sword can do? No. Do I want to practice that repeatedly? No. That I want to practice. Right? Up, 1, in, 2. That was all right. That sense of placement and position. I'm going to start 1, 2, 3. How about 1? My hand was a little too low the first time. That flow comes from knowing where you are and what comes next. Knowing how to get there, right? When we slow this down, oh, I need to turn here and do, oh my, all right? All of the little things that I need to do to execute those movements, I find them when I slow it down. I also need to, in this case, this is not Tai Chi where we're going to practice slowly pretty much forever, except for fast form, and then we can practice fast. There is fast form. All right, the sense of slowing everything down and paying attention to all of the small changes that are going on through the balance, through the center, through the body as we're moving. Through the hip, through the legs, through the back. Back, more waist. Oh, and there was the waist again. This turn through the waist, very important. That sense of how I'm moving, where I'm going, what I'm doing, knowing and being able to anticipate what I'm doing, and then practicing that, being able to anticipate what I know where I'm going. I can do all of this. I can connect it all together, and instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, I can count 1. That smooth connection throughout. Placement, the emphasis, right? What am I doing here? Is there any question? There shouldn't be. There really shouldn't be. All right? It's not. In Tai Chi, I might want to. No, I'm not doing it right now. It'll just mess me up. In Tai Chi sword, I'm talking about that. Tai Chi sword. Softer is better. Smoother is better. Less emphasis on a particular feature of a movement with a sword is better. Not knowing what you're doing, you can't not know. But less emphasis, yeah, most of the time. That's not what we're doing here. So paying attention, where's the blade? What am I doing with it? What is the movement that I'm paying attention to? What am I paying attention to? How do I connect what I'm doing with what the blade is doing? And how do I bring the intent behind? What am I doing with the blade? How do I bring that intent to what I'm doing? Placement, centering, strength, all of those come together. All right, I'm going to stop for today. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to review more with these sets, as well as bringing in some of the sets from the beginning. And we're going to be working on strengthening the legs. Thank you.